With summer practically done, at least in our part of the world, in North America, we are, I guess, looking forward to the more quieter time of fall and winter, when we can spend more time in the warmth of your house and enjoy the family atmosphere and ambience of the upcoming holidays. One of you wrote an email to me asking for this. Can you make a video about dowsing and games of chance or betting? Is this possible to be 100% accurate for a tool to increase your skills? Well, however the problem appears easy to some, in fact, it is quite complex. So I was thinking how to approach it, and then finally I decided to show you two cases. One, when you can, or we can, predict the future, and the other one where it is not possible. So let's start with this, which we can read and see or predict the future. So first option is, for example, stock market. We can predict. Why? Because it has a lifetime or timeline, depending how you want to call it. So as you can see, normally on stock market, you have the line which shows us, I'm sorry, this one is put opposite way, which shows us how specific commodity or product is acting over the time. So sometimes when people come to me and they want to, for example, analyze their portfolio, change their portfolio and so on, then they will show something like this, which means we have many different options here, or many different companies' performance over the years. Now, if that's the situation, we have to come to the situation like this or that, when we will analyze each of them separately. And then, of course, pretending that we have nothing under it, just this one company history here, we can take a pendulum, find, and it's always better to use a pendulum which has a tip, not like golden hue, the pendulum which is round on the bottom. So I use Atlantis pendulum for that, just because I love this pendulum and it's bigger and heavier. So what we can do is we can really read and analyze this timeline of this specific commodity. What does that mean? The therapeutic pendulum radiating either white or gold light is not a pendulum which stores the energy. That's why we call them self-clearing. But you can give the command for the pendulum to collect and store the information, and therefore, in this case, it will do that. So I can go along the line and absorb the information and then store in the energy field of the pendulum information about this timeline of this specific commodity. If I have those information, then it will be relatively easy for me to find out how this line will continue. Like this. Many business people, believe it or not, use dowsing to predict next step which they have to take, playing the game on stock market. Of course, it is not as easy as I told you, because there is also, we have to take under consideration also the desire of your client, what I want to achieve, what is my goal in this particular company history, how far I would like to go with it, and so on and so on. So, but generally speaking, we can read the history of it. When you have the timeline of specific event or specific commodity in this case, we can then attempt to draw this line further and find out how it will behave over the year or upcoming years. Sometimes people change their portfolio every year. Sometimes they wait for many years. It depends on the individual. And then you would take another company and another lifetime or timeline, and then analyze it here separately. This is possible because, as I said, we have a lot of information about this commodity or this company. So we have data for the pendulum or the energetic field, in fact, to analyze and then come to the conclusion what will be the continuation of timeline of this commodity. So the other option is a game such as 649. Let's stay with this example. In this game, situation is very simple. It means there is 49 balls. They are light white balls, the same size, practically identical. There are different numbers on them, but the amount of paint which is used to paint the number on the ball does not make difference really on the weight of each ball. So they really are identical. Now, all 49 balls are placed in the container, which will dispose them one at a time in 6 slots on the table. There is no history of each ball. There is no timeline which we can follow because they are stored for a week, then put in the container, then splashed on the bottom, and that's it. That's why we cannot find any timeline and we cannot predict what will happen from week to week. And that's why they are called chance games, because everyone who wants to play those games takes a chance. Either he will be lucky or not when we have this ballot and we feel the practically random numbers. So yes, people have different systems, but those systems are kind of mentally developed, but it has nothing in common with energetic life of this game. And as I said, as much as we can predict something what has a timeline, and we can follow the timeline and think about, or rather read energetically, how this timeline will continue, then in chance games, every time we play the game, we are taking another and another and another chance that we will get lucky. Of course, we can say that in today's world, nothing goes according to energetic rules. Just because, as we know, stock market does not live the same life, in a sense, as it was 50, 60, 70 years ago. Today it is manipulated by different groups and different organizations, and without going deep into political aspect of it, it is harder and harder to predict the timeline of specific commodity because there are different rules governing the stock market today. But this way or the other, if we talk about the chance games or betting, it's rather your mental attitude, your desire, and really your destiny, rather than energetic life of specific ball, if we will continue thinking and considering the game of 649. But this example will apply to any chance games. And as we said, that's why they are a chance games. I hope I answered at least part of this question. And I hope that from now on, until next summer, when we will take another break, we will meet every month. And every month we will learn about something else. But in order for me to give you the answer to the questions or talk about topics which are crucial to you, which are important to you, please send them to me. You can go on our website, intuitivedowsing.com, and write to me from the Contact Us page, and I will be happy to reply to your questions. I also invite you to visit our website to buy a product, because if you want to do something like this, like for example playing on stock market, then pendulum radiating golden light will be more useful to you than pendulum radiating white light, just because they go into higher dimension, energetically higher, and therefore it will allow you to see more because you see it from the higher perspective. And also my ongoing invitation to Scientific Dowsers group, which means monthly. And if you would like to do that, then you really have to send us an email, just because it is a private group and we do not advertise it publicly. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Canadians very shortly, Americans next month. All the best, and have a successful dowsing life.